Hace 13 años empecé la fundación que se llama Kalipay Negrense Foundation. Rescatamos y cuidamos a los niños que han sido violados, abusados, malnutridos, abandonados, tráfico de órganos, víctimas de cybersex. Tenemos una casa que se llama Haven y es allí donde tenemos a los más pequeños, a los bebés, hasta los niños que tienen 5 años. También tenemos allí a los niños que ya entran en la universidad. La otra casa es la casa más grande que tenemos, que se llama Recovered Treasures. Tenemos ya los niños a partir de 5 y lo más importante allí es que tenemos el colegio.
I am Joey and I am 19 years old. I was here since I was 2 years old. As soon as I was transferred over, I was surrendered by my parents and my life suddenly changed. So, and I have to live with this. From now on, I'm doing the best I can. And actually right now, I'm going to university pursuing what I want. It's actually anthropology. I have a lot of kids to look after too, since I myself is one of the older kids here, so looking after them is like training yourself to become better parent one day.
Muchos de estos niños les tenemos que enseñar a vivir en una casa, ni saben lo que es un váter. Llegan a nuestras casas y lo hacen sus necesidades allí mismo. En la sala, el comedor, enseñarles a dormir en una cama. No lo entienden, ellos duermen en el suelo. Cuando llegan a casa, se van al jardín y lo primero que hacen es comer tierra. Comen tierra porque para ellos eso es la mejor comida que han tenido, porque son niños que solo vivían de la basura.
I'm Micaela Caillas and I'm 20 years old. I've been here sa Kalipay since 2006, and I was 7 years old at that time. I want to take social work because I also want to help children. I was inspired by some of the social workers here that work. That's why I want to try and help them, like protecting their rights.
Effects usually of trauma on children. What really takes a hit is their self-esteem. There's a lot of guilt. Some of them actually would blame themselves, the kids who were abused. Some can be cognitively affected. The more extreme cases, they develop psychological disorders, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, anxiety, head trauma. They might be mentally delayed. A lot of them have a hard time trusting and getting attached to others.
Si Christian R. Cañete, 19, 8 years ako sa Kalipay.
Considering his background and his past, it's an amazing thing that he's still here. He has post-traumatic stress disorder and then also a mood disorder. We're still not completely sure if it's depression or bipolar. A lot of his behavior here really has to do with the trauma that he experienced. I meet with him every week just to help him cope and just process everything, because everything he experienced was never processed. He never got to express it. As a child, he never really felt love, especially from his family.
Nahaboyan ko sang kaldero, sang pinggan, ginapangimo na sa akon. Sometimes regret ko nga napapamilya ko sila. Ang ginapangimo nila sa akon. Kagapasa lang sa akon. Kagampian ako the most nga kapag-remember sa ako na ginbaligya ko ni Papa sa church.
Justice system in the Philippines is really slow. And once the child, for example, an abused child, is determined to file a case against the perpetrator, first step is to file a blotter written by the police officer. Here in the Philippines, we have a unit that is called Women and Children's Desk. We go for a medico legal because as we all know, the case, it is very important that you will have a concrete evidence. Prosecuting them can make them realize that, you know, it's not good to abuse a child or anyone else. But the thing is, still happen eh. It doesn't matter if they're rich or poor because it happens. I believe it's more of the the value system. We cannot prevent a child from feeling isolated when they back to the community, because how do we process it? Very gradual. Outside world, it's very different. At one point, they may encounter individuals again who in one way or another may abuse them. The fear is always there.
The trauma stays with them. What I help them with is how to deal with that trauma. Help them develop more appropriate coping skills. Come to terms with what happened to them and attain some level of peace.
Estos barangays en realidad son pequeñas aldeas, sitios ocupados por gente muy pobre, que no son dueños de la tierra. Son la gente más pobre que no tienen dónde ir y se quedan allí. Son sitios muy difíciles, muy peligrosos.
Nagbinulag lang kami pagkapatay ni tatay ko, ang nanay ko, ng banak ko. Hindi na ako kasarang magsagod sa ila, hindi ko kasarang magpeskwela. Ang ambal nila sa akon, may mabulig ko na sa akon, namunabi sila, peskwelaon. Kakagto kay wala ko kwarta, kadason nga kalipong sa nga daan, hindi ko mabiyaan. Makatapos sila eskwela, hindi man bala sila magpareha sa akon. Ano na, gusto ko lang tanay maupod ko man sila.
Desde que Kalipay empezó, hemos dado de conocer a todo Filipinas que existe un problema muy grave en este país. Uno de los casos bonitos que tenemos, como es de Gino.
I'm Gino Viabindan. I'm 27 years of age. I currently working Arclim Design Lab. It's an architectural firm.
Es un niño que creció en Kalipay. Viviendo en Kalipay, conoció a una de nuestras niñas. La llamamos Bubbles.
Jonabel Abindan. I am 22 years old, currently working in Kalipay.
Es una de nuestras profesoras. Enseña a nuestros niños especiales.
I started my journey in Kalipay when I was 13 years old.
Se casaron para tener su primer bebé.
I'm going to make my family happy because what I've experienced with my mother and father, it's really make me feel sad. I don't want my family to be end up like my family. Love to tell our baby soon of our love story.